serious project. So you should also make it serious, because at the end of the day, we'll come up with a complete solution that solves a real world problem. So without wasting much time, as I told you, we shall always do 2 hours. So it's going to be a serious business, and we'll be doing 1 hour and have a break. After then 1 hour, after a break of like 5 minutes, we come back and do another 1 hour for every day for the next 2 months. So that's what it takes to make a project. Because for you may think that it is just a simple it is just a simple thing to come up with a solution. No, it's not really a simple thing. Some systems take even a whole year while you're building them. So you have to have that mentality, that concept, to know that things are not really simple as how we think. But once you understand how to do things, mean that you can make anything. Okay, so just be ready for the serious business. Okay, so let us start. I hope you can hear me clearly. For you who are there, I hope you can hear me clearly. Can you?
Yes, Muhindo, we are getting you clearly.
Very good. All right, that's good. I'm happy to see my special friends, Bakita. Hey, I hope you'll not give up. Bakita Dorin, happy to see you. Happy to see Susie. I hope you'll not give up along the way this time. I'm happy to see Celicia and William and so many other people. I hope you're going to be serious from the beginning up to the end, because most of time.
Muhindo, let me interrupt you a little bit.
Okay.
I was asking, does it need us to be having a PC with us?
Yes, of course. You must have your own computer with internet. Without a computer with internet, then it will not help. You'll just watch it like a movie, because it's going to be a real practical thing. And without a computer, it's going to be just like you're watching a movie. So you can watch from phone when you it's a live studio, live video, but later the videos are going to be posted on YouTube, so you have to open them on computer and watch and practice.
Okay.
Yeah. So you need to just have basics of Flutter. I've already created basic videos of Flutter. You need to have basic of PHP and Laravel. Those videos I've already created them, so I'll just share the links. So if you're really serious, if you need to become a programmer, I teach things step by step. All the videos that you need for prerequisites, I'll share the links. Yeah, and I also say that I know people are already getting bored, but I'm just trying to give you the concept. So at the beginning, it's always just kind of introduction and preparing your mind. It's not that I'm talking too much. It's going to be a serious coding. Okay, so I want just to give you the concept so you can understand. I was saying also that I understand the setup of Uganda. Some people won't be able to join for the live lectures every day, which is very okay, because some people are living with their parents, some people are living together with others. So other people's program, I know this is the time of making dinner or having supper, so you cannot have a supper while you're watching. So there are very few people who can really control their schedule. So it is okay if you fail to join up in time. However, the video will always be posted on YouTube channel. So if you did not manage to join in time, please always find the video on YouTube and do and practice. Yeah. So we are going to put a lot of things together so that we come up with a complete solution. Those who have joined late, I was saying that this project, there's someone who is going to pay me to do it. He's going to pay me. So I thought that doing it alone, I realized that let me just do it live on YouTube, live to my students who follow me, so that they can also pick the knowledge. So it's going to be a solution, a real world solution, because they are going to pay me. So it's not just a fake tutorial. And in this project, we are going to learn things beginning from zero up to even hosting the that web dashboard, and also hosting the mobile application. Yeah, so you have to be serious. It can be boring at some point, but don't give up. You have to do what? To keep practicing, keep learning. At some point you'll see that things start making sense. All right, so with that much said, we are going to go straight into today's business, and I'm happy to have my boss on live, his lecturer and teacher, Mr. Samuel. So he's already there, and he's the one who's going to pay me for making this project. So I don't have any loss. So even if you people don't watch, still I'll be paid. All right. But if you watch, it's good also for you and for everyone. All right, with that much said, we shall always do 2 hours. So it's going to be a serious programming session, 2 hours. 1 hour we shall do 1 hour, and then we have a break, and then after 1 hour we do what we come back for the next session, and it's going to be every day, and it's going to take roughly 2 months. So it's going to be serious coding. So for you might have been thinking that these things can take just like a week while you have come up with a complete solution. No, it is going to take like 2 months while you're coding every day. So that is the mentality that I want you to have, that things are not simple as how you've been thinking. Okay, so with that much said, let's go straight into today's business. So our counter has already started counting, and after that counter, it will make an alarm, then we shall go for a short break. Okay, let's start. A lot of talking. Let me start recording. Hello. Has it recorded anyway? Let me make sure this thing is recording. I hate to think that things are recording. Kumbe they are not recording. I hope it is recording. Hello. I'm not sure. Let me make sure it is recording. Hello. Okay, it is recording. I'll start now. Hello there, and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mubarak, and I welcome you to our very first lecture of creating a complete solution, building a robust stock management system or inventory management system. So it's going to be a serious journey where we're going to do real world programming and come up with a complete solution of a management system that can manage stock, which is having a web-based and also a web-based dashboard and also a mobile app. So I request you to be very serious. If you did not manage to join the live videos, always follow along on the recorded videos. And I request you not to give up along the way, because most people always start things and in the middle they find as if they are useless. But those always to stick around up to the end of up to the end of a series of a video, they always see things making sense, and then find them interesting, and also learn things that they can help them solve real world projects. Okay, we shall always do 2 hours. The first hour will be for the first session, and then after we will get a break, and then we come back for the next session of another 1 hour. So it's going to be a serious programming course. Okay, so I'm going to begin by showing you the concept or something that you're going to build, and also what you are going to be able to learn, and then after and also what you need to be knowing before you start watching this course, and then after we shall go straight into creating the project. So let's begin by going through this presentation. So it's going to be, we are going to build a robust stock management system that will have a web dashboard and a mobile application. And I'm going to be your tutor, Muhindo Mubarak. So we begin by the introduction. Stock management or inventory management or stock management is a process of tracking and controlling and optimizing the flow of goods from purchase up to the sale, or from purchase up to the distribution. So it is crucial for what? For business of all sizes. And it also reduces the inventory costs, and it improves the efficiency and the accuracy of the business. It also enhances the customer satisfaction. So why is a good stock management system important? It is important because it helps the stockouts and overstocking. So this system will be able to remind the owner of the stock, or the owner of a stock. Let's say that is a supermarket. By the way, this system can also be used in a supermarket. It can be used in a school, or it can be used in a shop management, in managing a shop. So if you're the owner of a supermarket or you're owner of a shop, so this system will help you to warn you things that are about to run out of stock, and will also be able to help you to warn you that you have maybe overstocked. Okay, so it will also improve the inventory visibility and control. So let's say that you don't have a system. What does it mean? It means that when you want to know things that you have in your shop, or in your inventory, or in your whatever thing that you're using for this system, it means that you'll have to go to the stores and count things one by one. So that can be really, really complex and hard if you're having big stocks, let's say like a supermarket. So if you have a stock management system, it will help you to know to carry out a stock to carry out the stock levels using the system, without really manually counting things. Okay, so it improves the visibility and control of the stock. It will also enable better forecasting and planning. Let's say that we'll be able to design the graphs and show how the trends, which sales we make in a particular season. So let's say that it's Christmas, so we can show you things that are going to be that are trending during Christmas season. Let's say that the school has started. It will show you, to the stock management system, will be able to show you the things that are trending in that season of when the school starts, etc. So this can help you to go in our previous records, and also know which things that you need to purchase in a particular season, not basing on the assumption, but basing on your own records and the data that you have in your stock. I mean in your inventory. So that is how good this stock management system that you're going to build can help a business. It's also help to streamline operations, and it also reduce costs. So we will be building a complex stock management system that will consist a web application and also a mobile application. Someone is joining. Let me first approve this person. All right. So I was saying, okay, so it's going to be a web and a mobile application. So what we shall do in the web, or the core thing that we're going to do in web, we are going to do a centralized platform for managing the inventory data. We shall also learn how to manage the user roles and also permissions, because you're going to see how we can be able to control multiple users that are going to work in a company. So I'm going to train you in this course how to manage different user roles and permissions. So we shall also see how we manage the product information, and also purchasing order processes, and also sales processes, and also go see how we can be able to generate the inventory reports and the analytics. So in the mobile application, it will be having the real-time inventory updates, and also the barcode scanning for the efficiency of data entry and also purchases and sales and order on the go. So the mobile application will have the notifications. So we're going to learn how to even implement a notification that will be able to warn the shop owner that the stock is running out or something of that sort. So what you will learn, setting up the development environment. I'm going to show you how you can set up the development environment step by step. I'll show you how to design the database structure. That is something that you're going to begin with in this very lecture. And I'm also going to show you how to build a web application interface that is going to be responsive even on the mobile application, on the mobile phone. So in case shop owner doesn't have a what doesn't have even if a shop owner does not have a desktop computer, they can as well use their mobile phone to manage their stock. So developing the mobile application, so I'll also show you how you can develop a mobile application with also the API. So, and I'll also show you how to deploy these systems to online. So it's going to be a full action-packed course. So it's just up to you to be really serious and not to give up and learn these things from beginning up to the end. So the prerequisite thing that you need to know before you get started with this course. So you need to know the basic. You need to understand the basics of web development concepts, such as PHP and MySQL and XAMPP and Laravel. So you need to know those basics at least. So if you don't know these basics, I've already created some playlists that can teach you how to learn PHP or the basics of PHP. So if you don't know anything right now, I'll give you the link where I'm training you how to learn PHP, what is meant by PHP. I'll also train you how the database, which is my SQL, and how to set up the XAMPP. And then I also have a playlist that I will share with you that will introduce you to Laravel. So those things, at least you need to know what they mean, because we are not going to teach everything from scratch. If you don't know what they mean, then you'll have to pause the video and follow those playlists. If you know PHP, then you can begin with Laravel. If you don't know PHP, then you have to at least begin with PHP and understand what's meant by PHP. Good enough. I've already created step-by-step videos that explain those technologies. So if you already know PHP, you already know Laravel basics, then it is okay. Then you're suitable to proceed with this course. So you also need to be familiar with that programming language. And also you need to be familiar with with Flutter. So likewise, these videos I've already created tutorials for them or lectures for them. If you don't know that programming, I'll also share the link that will introduce you to that. And if you don't know Flutter, I'll also share the link that introduces you to to Flutter. So there is no shortcut. You have to learn you have to learn things in order to do what? In order to understand and to be able to do what? To make solutions. So I'll have to share the links with you in case you don't know those things. But if you already know, if you've already practiced the Flutter lectures, if you have already practiced the dart programming, and you already know the basics, then it is okay. You don't need to go back there. Then you'll be good to go. For those who have been following my tutorials up to Flutter, then you're good to go. All right, so in conclusion, in this tutorial or in this course, it will equip you with the skills and knowledge to build a comprehensive stock management system that can meet the needs of the businesses. And at the end of the day, or consequently, you'll end up learning a lot of techniques, or even creating different kind of systems that can help you survive or earn a living, because I'm earning a living from these kind of things. So it's not going to be some kind of a joke. This is going to be a serious training that is going to turn you from just an intermediate developer to a serious developer. If you're a serious developer, let's say a professional developer, and you're going to follow along, still it is suitable for you, because I'm going to share a lot of techniques that are going to help any kind of a developer in their day-to-day programming practices or experience. So get ready to take control of your inventory and boost your business operations. Thank you. So that is the introduction, and I hope now you have the picture of what you are going to do. So without wasting much time, let's go straight to our business. So what are we going to begin with? Oh my god, I even don't know. Okay, we're going to begin by structuring the database and see how we can, the things that we need to put together, or how our project is going to look like. It's not going to be a very final database, but it's going to help us to have a picture of something that we're going to do. So at the beginning, we are going to make a software as a service. So this is going to be a SaaS, if you ever heard of something like that. Software as a service is a system that can manage even multiple clients. So I'm going to show you how you can build a system that you can create only one time, but if you get another client and you deploy it, if you get another client, you just add them and then they start using, even without coding it again. So you can have even 5 clients or 10 clients or 20 clients using the same system. So that is the structure that I'm going to use in creating this system. So it's going to be a software as a service, or other people call it SaaS. Okay, so you're going to learn a lot. Trust me, you're going to learn a lot. So let's go ahead and start doing our database. Bismillahi. All right, so to design a database, we are going to use a software. We are going to structure first the database. We're just structuring, and then after we'll go ahead and design now the project. So we're going to create a software called what? We're going to use a software called Lucid Charts. So Lucid Charts is you may not even need it for the beginning, because I'm going to design it for you. But when you're going to make it next to your own project, then it means that you need to structure your project. So there is a software called Lucid Charts. Lucid Charts, it helps you to design ERD diagrams or DRD diagrams. So with simplicity, it has a paid version and a free version. So for us, we're going to use a free version. So you just open this Lucid Charts and then register. After registering, you come here to documents. You will see this after you have registered on Lucid Charts, and then you create a new document. So when you have a new document, you're going to have something like this. So this is a place where you can be able to conceptualize your processes. Okay, so if you want to learn more about Lucid Charts, you can search on YouTube or on the internet, Lucid Charts. You will see some tutorials that someone explains to you this tool and how it can be important to you to design ERD diagrams, flowcharts, etc. So many kind of diagrams. So for us, we're going to just purposely use it for structuring your database and see the kind of a database that we're going to have. So here I am on Lucid Charts. So let us begin. So we're going to begin by structuring the project, so that we should have the mindset or the kind of thing that you're going to do. So let's begin. I'm going to come here and create what do I need? Let me see, this is a flow chart. I need let me see if I can add here. Okay. Let me see if I can add here somewhat. This is too big. I want to see if I can add here a section. All right, I think this is what I need. And okay, you have to come here and add a section. I don't use it also every time they change it. I want to add a section of components. I think you come here. Okay, these components I don't use them most. I want to use a section of components that I always use. Let me use this one. I want to design something like this. I want to do something like this. Okay, so let's create here some environment. Let me see. Also, I don't even know how to use it. Okay, so we are going to begin here. We're going to insert this table structure. Okay, so let's begin. We're going to design this structure. So the first thing that we're going to begin with, let me first remove these. I'm just going to conceptualize. We're not going to put all the fields there, but you can as well put all the fields if you want to. This thing, it's becoming weird every day. Let's see if I can copy and paste this one here. All right, I think it can come. Okay. Okay. This is called an entity. There, an entity. I want to remove. Adding. I want to remove somewhat. Okay, I think you'd remove from here. All right. Okay, I get it. I get it now. Okay, so this is our first entity. So our first entity is going to be, of course, where the system will begin from. We're going to have a user, first of all. So we're going to have a user entity. So because the system will be used by the user. So that is going to be our first entity. So this user, as I'm telling you, we're just structured. We're not going to put everything here. So this user is going to have the name, is going to have the email, is going to have the what? The password. Okay, and then most importantly, is going to have the primary key, which will be used for identifying this user. So this is our first entity. Don't mind about, we are going to add many fields when we're going to do the real world practice, but these are just going to I'm doing this just purposely to give you the concept or the structure of something that we're going to do. So we're not going to put all the fields here. This is just a structure. So we're going to have a user. So after having a user, the next thing that we're going to have a company, or we can call it a company or an organization or a business. I think we should call it a company, or let's call it a company. Since I told you that the system that we're going to do, it is going to be a software as a service, meaning that it is going to be used by multiple companies. Okay, so since we're going to have multiple companies, it means that everything that we are going to be creating is going to be attached to a company. So we're going to have a company. So let's go ahead and copy this, Ctrl+C and Ctrl+V. So we're going to put here company. Okay, company. Okay, so this company, it will have a name, it will have a logo. Okay, it will have a logo, but the most important thing, the one that you cannot leave, it's going to have a what? Company owner. Okay, an owner or company admin. It's going to have an admin. So it means that each company is going to be connected to a what? To a certain user account. Okay, so this is going to be an admin ID or user ID. So this is going to be a foreign key, since it's going to reference from a what? From a user system. So you put your FK, it stands for foreign key. It's going to be an ID from another what? From another table. So we are going to connect this with this one. Okay, so to connect with this one, you just move your mouse here and then you move. Okay, you cannot do that. Okay, you can as well not do that. You can just simply come here to insert. I don't know. Okay, you can come. Okay, you can come here to lines. Okay, I'll show you. You can first begin here by saying the line should be pointing like this. Let's say, okay, it should have maybe one to many, okay, like this. So you're going to move your mouse here. Let's start it from here. Let's start the mouse from the foreign key. You're going to move the mouse here. When it changes to that, then we are going to, yeah, like this. So it's going to be like one company. It's going to be one-to-one. So you can just simply come here and change this one, and this is going to be one-to-one. So one company, I mean one administrator will have a what? Will have a what? Will have a company. Okay, just one-to-one like that. So you can even as well increase the width of that one. Okay, so it means that this company will be referencing what? An ID of the company owner. Okay, so after doing that, so the next thing that we're going to do, I think the next thing that we're going to need, we're not going to put everything here, but we're going to put only the core things. Okay, the next thing that we're going to need is stock category. Okay, so we're going to need the stock category because all the stocks are going to be categorized. Okay, so I'm going to copy this one here, and then I'm going to come here and put stock category. Okay, so this stock category, it will have a name, it will have a photo, and then since we said that we're going to make a software as a service, that we are going to have multiple companies using the system. So it means that even if when someone creates a category, we have to attach that category to a specific company, to which company it belongs. So when you're displaying the data, we are able to know which company is logged in, or which user of a company is logged in, and then we display the data for that particular company. Let's say that you have like 3 companies in the system. So you have to know which user is logged in and display the respective data for them. Otherwise, if you don't do that, then it means that you're going to show people the data that does not belong to them. So we are going to have here a foreign key of company what? Of company ID. So at least every record almost, it will be attached to a what? To a company. So we can move this one here, and then we say one company can have main stock categories. Okay, so this is going to be a referencing. So this is going to be referencing from this one. So you can move your mouse here and then do like this. So one company is going to have many. Okay, so that is the sign of many, this kind of a trick. One company is going to have what? Main stock categories. Okay, after having a stock category, the next thing that you're going to have, okay, we're going to have the stock items. Okay, the stock items. I'm just creating these things from my head, so I'll be thinking also when I'm creating. So we're going to have the stock items. Okay, so that's the advantage, like you first design your thing before you go straight into coding. So we're going to have now the stock items themselves. Okay, so go ahead and create here the stock items. Okay, so you can put here stock items. So here are the items that are going to be what in the stock. So it's going to have a name. Okay, the stock name is going to have maybe the photo. Okay, so now as you say that every item should be attached to a company, so it means that this one is going to have a foreign key of company ID. So it is also to have another key that's going to have a category. Since it's going to be referencing a category. Since a stock item is going to be under stock category, let's say that we have maybe soap. So when you purchase soap, it's a stock item that is under a category of soaps. Okay, so you are going to have here category ID. So it's going to be a foreign key. So you can as well connect it by just moving this one here. Okay, So we are just conceptualizing before we start coding. So it's going to have a foreign key from this guy, okay, like this. We move this one here, category ID, or can call it maybe stock category. So it means that every product or every stock item, it's going to belong to what? To a what? It's going to belong to category. Okay, sorry, this one has to move to here. Okay, this is going to be referencing an ID, so let's move it here like this. Okay, so this stock item or this stock product is going to belong to what? To a category. So, and we know every item at least should be attached to a what? To a company. So you have to connect this one here. We are not going to connect everything, but you're going to just be able to relate. Okay. But you can relate, you can know that this company ID is going to be coming from the company here. So you can be able to know that, okay, this stock, it belongs to what? This particular company. So after having the stock items, the next thing that we're going to be having is the stock records, okay? The stock records. Let's say that the stock comes in and the stock comes out. So it's going to be what? There are going to be records on a particular what? On a particular stock. So let's go ahead and create another category, another table. Okay, so these are the tables. We call them tables. Okay, so another table of stock records. Okay, so let's say that you buy. These are going to be like sales. Okay, let's say that you've purchased maybe one box of soap, and then maybe you sell like you sell it like 3 times. One comes and collect 1 bar, that is a stock record that's going to be created. Another one come and collect 1 bar, that's another stock record that is being created, something like that. So those are the stock records. So it means that these stock records are going to be children of what? Or they're going to be referencing the stock what? The stock items. So you'll buy one item, let's say like soap, and then you start distributing it or start selling it. So it's going to be it's going to have multiple records. Okay, so one stock item is going to have a what? Multiple records. So you can come here. So this one is going to have maybe mainly the stock what? Stock item ID, like this. So, and also the company ID, because every record should be attached to a what? To a specific company. So let's go ahead and connect it. So one can have what? Can have many stock records. One stock item can have many stock records. So those are the core tables. So now companies always need to have financial years. Okay, so they can have maybe financial year, others they have 1 year, others they have multiple years. So in every financial year, I mean, like after financial year, they always carry the stock taking, what you call stock taking. They say that, okay, this year is ending. How much things are remaining in the stock, something like that. Okay, we are opening the next year. So they should be able to close and be able to know that, okay, how much did we make in this year, and which items that are remaining this year. So when they open the next year, they are still able to know things that have been purchased in this particular year and the records that have been closed in the previous years. So that is also another important bit of a system. Systems, like let's say that a year has ended, so they have to close things, and they do stock taking and the balance books, and then they close the transactions. So when they open another year, they should be able to have the fresh things and be able to know things that they have purchased in this year, and also be able to generate the reports. So it means that we are going to need another important table, which is going to be a financial year, or what you call we call them financial years. Financial year. Okay, so every record also should be attached to what? To financial year. Most especially the stock record, the record that are going to be changing every time. So they should be attached to what? To financial years. So yeah, so this financial year will belong to a what? To a company. So alright, so this financial year is going to belong to a company, so you can link it to this one. So you can zoom out. You can go ahead and link this one to this. So each company can have multiple financial years. So they should be able to say that we want to see things that want to see our records of 2010. We want to see our records of 2012. We want to see our records of this particular year. They should be able to filter that. Or we want to see the records of maybe the first year. They should be able to do what? To filter those kind of things. So it means that we have to put also the financial year in consideration. Then these other records will be having a financial year. So we shall have even more tables, but these are the most core tables that we need in a what? In an inventory that is going to be having an inventory system that is going to have multiple businesses, or a platform that is going to have multiple businesses using the system. So these are the most core tables that we need. All right, so this is a structure. So go ahead please and search about Lucid Charts, and also search how to make data relationship diagrams, what you call DRD. So that before you start creating your project, you begin by designing the project and have the picture in your mind before you start coding. That is very, very important, because most people go ahead and start coding. At the end of the day, they start confusing things. They don't know what thing related to another thing. So let's say that you have maybe multiple developers, or you're working with your colleagues. So if you have something like this, your colleague, and when he sees this, he can be able to know how things are related. But if you don't have such a kind of a diagram, and I say you start contributing to my application, it is going to be very hard for you to understand what I did or what related to what, since you don't have your system in form of a diagram. So these are simple structured diagrams, though we may have more tables, but these are the most core tables that you're going to have. And then from this one, we shall come up with a complete system that is going to help us to solve this problem of inventory management. So after you've designed something like this, you can go ahead and export it to PDF, so that you can be able to so you click on file and then say export diagram. So okay, export diagram. File, publish or export. I think it's export. It is here. Yes, you see. So you can export it to PNG. PNG means going to be a photo. You can export to JPEG. You can export to SVG. You can export it to Visual Studio, to Microsoft Visual, something like that. So if you want to export to PDF, just simply click here, export to PDF. Then you select the part that you want to export. So this, let's say that you're designing a SRS of a system. If you say I want to crop a specific part, you click there and then you crop only what you want. So you want to design maybe an SRS for your project or for the system. This is what you do, and then you copy it and then you put it in your report or in your project proposal or something like that. So if I download this one, it's going to give me a what? PDF. Okay. So you see, now I have a PDF. This is a PDF. It can even be a PNG that you can share with your friends, you can share with your colleagues, you can share with your teammates, and then they know the meaning of your project. Okay, so don't just rush into code. First design your project, and then you go into coding while you have something that guides you, or that can guide other contributors that may need to do what, to work on your project. So this is a PDF. I can even share it, something like that. All right, so that is Lucid Charts for you. You can go and learn so many things in Lucid Charts that you can use, okay? That you can use in real world projects, okay? You can just search a YouTube video about Lucid Charts and just watch it and then learn new things about Lucid Charts. All right, so that is the structure of our project. Now let's go into serious business. At least you now have a picture of what you're going to create. Now let's go straight into now our business and start coding now. All right. Okay, so we are remaining the 9 minutes for the first session, and then we shall go for another session. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we are going to use Laravel, as I told you. So the first thing that you need to have is to have Composer installed on your computer. So go ahead and search for PHP Composer on Google. So this PHP Composer, it will help you to be able to create projects on of Laravel. Okay, if you don't have PHP Composer, okay, I'm going to give you a link in the description, or you can come to my YouTube channel that I'm going to explain to you how to download and install PHP Composer. So go ahead and install PHP Composer and let it run on your computer. Okay, so for the Windows people, you just download it and just install it by pressing next. Okay, for Mac, you just run a command and then it will go ahead and install in your laptop or in your computer. So if you don't know PHP Composer, I'll give you the link of the video and then you'll go ahead and watch that video. I'll share the links and attach them to this video, and watch that video very carefully, and then you'll be able to have Composer. You can even come to YouTube. Come to YouTube and go ahead and search install PHP Composer. You're going to find there so many videos that are going to teach you. You cannot watch like 3 videos and fail to have it installed in your laptop or in your computer. They're just short videos. This is 4 minutes, 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 4 minutes. So go ahead please and install PHP Composer in your laptop. Okay, that is the first step. Yeah, so if you did not want to do hard things, so some people are going to give up at this level. I know. Okay, they'll be like, these things are already boring, let me just give up. But those who really know what they want, they'll go ahead and pause the video and install the PHP Composer in their computers. So you cannot watch like 5 videos of installing PHP Composer and still fail to install PHP Composer. So please go ahead and install PHP Composer. I'll also give you the video of my own. I'll give you the link of the video of my own that shows you how to install PHP Composer. So let's say that you've installed PHP Composer. Let's say that you've paused the video and you've watched these videos of how to install PHP Composer and you have it in your laptop now installed. Okay. So the next thing is going to be creating a Laravel project. Okay? We're going now to create a Laravel project. So first of all, you need to have XAMPP installed in your laptop. If you don't know XAMPP, still it means that you need to learn a lot. So go to my YouTube channel. If you don't know XAMPP, just go to my YouTube channel and come to search Learn It with Muhindo to my YouTube channel. Then click on my YouTube channel, and then if you don't know what is meant by XAMPP, let me assume that this is your first video and you don't know what's meant by XAMPP. Then click on playlists, and then you come here and search for the playlist called the PHP for beginners. Where is it? It is web for beginners. This playlist. This playlist will give you it has 31 videos. It will give you all the basics that you need to have in order to do what? In order to be at this level. So, but if you already know XAMPP, then you're good. You don't need to even watch these videos. Then if you don't know Laravel, you'll watch this tutorial, Advanced Web Programming. It will give you the best grounds, step by step, of how to get started with what? With Laravel. Okay, so you're going to have XAMPP here. Okay, you're going to have XAMPP here, and then I'm going to learn XAMPP, how to use XAMPP, how to install XAMPP here, and then here I'll give you the basics of Laravel. Okay, those 2 playlists, I recommend you to go and watch them if you don't know what we're talking about right now. Okay, so after having XAMPP installed, after having PHP Composer installed, the next thing now is we are going to create a project, a PHP project. Now to create a Laravel project. To create a Laravel project, you just need to come to Google and search create Laravel project. So even me, I don't know the commands in my head. So you'll come here and then you'll find the steps that you need to take in order to do what? To create a Laravel project. So this is the the command that you have to run to create a Laravel project. It is just simply composer create project. So this is the command of PHP composer, and then you say create project, and then you say Laravel stroke Laravel, and then you give the project name. All right, so let's create our project. Okay, so the coding has started. So you're going to open your terminal. I believe at this point you know what is meant by terminal. If you don't know terminal, then please go and watch the videos that I've showed you. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my project in my XAMPP folder in my htdocs. If you don't know htdocs still, I recommend you to go and watch those videos so you can know what's meant by htdocs, because this is not absolute beginners project. But those who know htdocs, then you know what is meant by PHP. So this is my XAMPP for Mac. Okay, so I'm going to put my project into htdocs. So htdocs is a folder where we put is a folder. All right, I think let me not put in htdocs because it may confuse some of you. Let me leave it. Okay, I'm going to put my project in a folder, in some folder. Okay, so once you open your project here, once you open your terminal, you can write pwd. Okay, I don't know what's meant by a path or whatever. Pwd, it will literally give you where you are, or the folder that you're in. Okay, so if you're in disk C, you'll be able to know that you're in disk C if you're using Windows. So for me here, I'm on my root folder. Okay, so I'm trying to go step by step for those who are new to Laravel so that they can understand. So let me just teach you a few commands that you need to know. Okay, pwd, it will give you the current folder that you're in right now. So if you write ls, okay, this is going to list the folders that are inside that folder. Okay, so if I write ls, it will give me a list of the folders or the files that are in this folder. So you see I have here desktop. So this is my desktop. So if you write ls in your computer, you'll be able to know. So this is my desktop. You can see I have here desktop, I have documents, I have downloads, something like that. So I'm able to see all things here, okay, that I have. All right, so I want to put my project. So likewise, you should also determine where you want to put your project. Now for me, I want to put my project on desktop in this folder of GitHub. So this GitHub is the folder where I always put my projects. Okay, so I'm going to put in this folder. So you also determine the folder where you want to put your where you want to put your project. Okay, so it can be in XAMPP, it can be in your GitHub folder, it can be in any kind of folder. So for me, I want to put in this GitHub folder. So this GitHub folder is inside desktop, and then in desktop there is there's GitHub folder. So in my terminal, I'm going to navigate from wherever I am, and then I come to to this GitHub folder. All together. So I'm going to teach you how you can navigate from wherever you are and change the folder and go to the folder that you want in particular. So you're going to come to this folder, right? This particular folder. Okay, let's do that. Okay, so I've shown you two commands. One command is called pwd. It will give you the path of where you are right now. Okay, another one is called ls. Ls, it will list the folders and files in that particular folder that you're in. Now for me to reach this folder of GitHub, this one, okay, this one, I need to first go inside the desktop because this GitHub folder is on my desktop. So I need to first go to desktop and then I go to GitHub. So if I want to navigate to desktop, to clear screen in Windows, write CLS, then it will clear screen. CLS, something like that. Okay, you can search a command for clearing screen on Windows. On Mac, you just press Command and K, it will clear screen to remove the previous garbage. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is our time is over. I was scared. Okay, our time is over. let's go and have a break of 5 minutes. Then after 5 minutes, we come back for the last session. So in that last session is where we're going to now create a Laravel project. Let's have a break of 5 minutes. Then after 5 minutes, we join again. Others you can skip around. After 5 minutes, you join again, and then we do another 1 hour. Okay. So right now it is 15 past what? Past 9 or 9:15. So at 20 past 9, we should be back and do the last session. So let's have a break. Hello there, and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mubarak, and hello there, and how are you? My name is Muhindo Mubarak, and hello.
Hello. You have insufficient balance to make this call. Press 1 to send a beep call.
Hello. Waalaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Niko, alhamdulillah, niko. Sasa kusema masha, nilikuwa kwa kazi. Ngane, niko salama, alhamdulillah. Niko na plani kuja kuwaona hapo. Inshallah mjano nitawakuta. Nenda oa sasa. Nenda oa. Mwezi wa 3 inshallah. Allahumma amin. Sara sara. Kabisa. Kweli. Kabisa. Nilikuwa na plani kuja huko kuwajuisa kupita Mubatu. Ndo nakuja January inshallah nipite Mubatu niwajuisa. Kabisa. Yeah, tulikuwa mplan lakini nilikuwa nasubiria nipate kapesa fulani hivi kikipatikana inshallah tuko tunataka ama milango. Anti unaona Masha, kuko issues zingine niko nafanya hapa, niko nasomesa mtoto wa nursing. Iko hapa nachukua 2,000,000 kila semester, 2,500,000. Wa Muhammad, wa Hafidha, unasikia. Na mimi mwenyewe nafanya nije develop, unasikia. So ni cha faida sana, hata na tuko na WhatsApp group tulizungumza hapo. So niko nataka inshallah kabla harusi nione nikifaulu nitie milango. Wiko mplani. Allahumma amin. Allahumma amin. Mwasinjeri byai. Ngane mtere singa kanyana anei. Nenda kuja huko kama tarehe 10 hivi niwapite mwenyewe wote. Inshallah. Amin, Allahumma amin. Nilikuwa nayo. Na kwa busy sana kabisa Rashida kufikia. Nitakuwa nakupigia kwa mama Asha, nitakuwa nakupigia. Basi WhatsApp isa kuja siku hizi kila mtu anapatia kwa WhatsApp, kwenye kwa WhatsApp vinakuwa vigumu. Nitakuwa nakupigia kwa mama Asha inshallah. Allahumma amin. Allahumma amin. Alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Messenger. Hello, members. I'm back for the last session. Someone had called me. All right, members, hope you're ready for the next session. I'll set a timer. 1 more hour. It is a serious business, guys. Yeah, it is a serious business. I'll start recording. Hello, members. Can you hear me? And are you ready? Can someone respond if you can hear me clearly so you can start? Members, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, great. Let's start our last session. Hello, and how are you? My name is Muhindo and I welcome you to our second session of creating a complete e-commerce, a complete inventory management system that you can use in supermarket, that you can use in a school, that you can use in companies that handle different kind of stocks, that you can use in so many scenarios. And the system that we are creating is going to be a software as a service, meaning that you'll create it only one time and you'll make it as your own product, and then you can advertise it and get a lot of and get a lot of companies using it. It is just one code. You create it only one time, and then just companies, you'll just be registering different companies, different businesses, and they use it just a single code. So that is the structure that you're going to use, or what we call software as a service. And the system that you're creating is going to have a mobile application and a web application or web dashboard. And the web dashboard that you're going to have is going to be responsive even on the mobile phone, in a way that if you don't have a computer, you can still use a mobile phone to manage your stocks. So with that much said, let's go straight into our today's business and resume from where we stopped at in the previous class. It's going to be a hard journey, so you should bring all your energy and motivation and mentality and perception and everything that you need in order to watch and practice these videos up to the end. But trust me, if you don't give up, at the end of the day or at the end of this tutorial, you'll see that things can now start making sense in your world of programming if you're a beginner. If you're not a beginner and you're a pro, you'll see or you'll learn a lot of techniques along the way. So just know, if you give up, then you'll not learn anything. So let's just be soldiers, let's be Majay and work so hard to see that we reach up to the last video or up to the last lecture, and we do this this software regardless to the challenges that you're going to face and the burnouts and the boring. All right, let's resume from the previous lecture. So in the previous lecture, we said that we are going to create a Laravel project. So I had already opened this terminal, okay, this terminal here, and I was teaching you a few things. I was saying that we have some commands such as pwd. Pwd will tell you your path. We have another command called ls. Ls, it will list the item that in your screen. On Windows, you have cls. I think that cls or clear screen. I think it is CLS, it will clear the screen, but on Mac you just press Ctrl K till there is a screen. It will clear the screen. I mean, till it will clear the screen. Ctrl K. Then another thing that we're going to do now, we're going to create a project. But I say that before you create a project, you have to first determine in which folder do you want to put it. For me, I'm going to put mine in the folder of GitHub, okay? But in this GitHub folder, it is inside desktop, okay? So I have to move from wherever I am. I enter into desktop, and then I come to this GitHub and I put my project here using the command line. So I come to the command line, which is here, okay? And then I list the items that are there. I see among the items that are there is the desktop. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to navigate and go to this desktop. So to navigate this desktop, I just write cd and then set desktop and press the tab key to just finish the word. So you do like that, cd desktop, means change directory to desktop and press enter. Then it will mean that you're now in what? In desktop. So right now, if I write pwd, that tells me the path where I am. You'll see that the path that I'm in, it is a what? It is the desktop. You see, users Mac desktop. That's where I am right now. If I want to go back, let's say that I want to go backwards, you just write cd and then dash and then the forward slash. This command will take you back. So right now, if I write pwd, you see I'm on this what? I'm in this folder. So let's go ahead and enter into desktop, and then after entering into desktop, and then we enter in this folder of what? Of GitHub. Okay, let's do that. So to do that, I'll just simply say cd desktop and then just cd let me just done a mistake. Okay, cd desktop like this, and then write pwd. You see, are we no cd desktop? Yep, cd desktop. Yes, now we're in desktop. Now if you write pwd, you'll see now you're in desktop. So if you write ls, now you're going to see the folders that are in desktop. These are the folders that are in desktop. I want to enter in this folder of GitHub, right? So let me clear my screen. I go ahead and say cd git and then press tab key. It will finish the word GitHub. So now I'm in the folder of GitHub. Now this is a place where I want to put my what? My project. So you have to determine like this and know where exactly you want to put your project before you start running the command that you don't understand. Okay, so now I want to put my project here. So my project that I'm going to create, or the project that I'm going to create, we're going to call it InvetoTrack. That is going to be the name of the project. So I'm going to create a project called InvetoTrack. InvetoTrack. So let's go ahead and copy the command of Laravel, of Composer, of Laravel that we use to create a new project. It is here, Composer what and what. Composer create project, Laravel stroke Laravel, and then the name of the project. So if I come here and I write Composer, only Composer, you should be able to see these things. So this is the only thing that will tell you that you have successfully installed Composer. Okay, so you should be able to run Composer and then go to those kind of things. That's the only confirmation that you can have that shows that you have Composer. Oh my god, what am I doing? Alright. Okay, I want to move this guy here. Okay. Alright, so okay. So now for me, I don't just copy the commands, I just put them in what? In the terminal. Sometimes these commands come with space. And if they come with, with the space, they end up running things that you didn't really want to run. So what I do, I first copy the command wherever it is, and then I first paste it somewhere. So this is my Visual Studio Code, and this is just a new file, and then I paste there the command. You see, if I run this command, it would automatically create this project without me even allowing it to do that. So I first paste my command somewhere, either in some text editor or in something. Okay, so I modify the command the way I want it, and then I run it after I've seen that it is okay. So it is going to be Composer, create project, Laravel, stroke Laravel, and then here the name of the project. So the name of the project is going to be InvetoTrack. Invento Pro. Invento Pro. No. InvetoTrack. That's going to be the name of our project. InvetoTrack. Let me think of the name. I think that is okay. InvetoTrack. Yeah. You can also think of your own name. You don't need to do everything that I do. You can also think of a name. You can even come up with a name that is creative than mine. Okay. Let's see which name I chose. It's called InvetoTrack for tracking the inventory. Okay. So composer, create project, then Invento-track. That is the name of my project. Yes. Okay, that's the name of the project. You can even remove this and make it one word, something like that. InvetoTrack. Oh, you see, I was going to even make a mistake. Okay, InvetoTrack. So after making sure that you have the correct thing and the correct word, then you're going to run this command. Okay, so make sure that you're in the right folder as I've shown you. So I'm in the right folder, pwd. This is the folder that we want to put the project. So make sure that you're in the right folder. So I'm going to go ahead and paste here InvetoTrack. Okay, so that's going to be the folder. So they're going to create for me this folder. So since it's going to be, we're going to have a mobile app and a web app, let's go ahead and put maybe web, InvetoTrack-web, so that we can be able to differentiate the web project and the mobile app project. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and run this command by pressing enter. So you have to make sure that everything is okay before you press enter. Good. Press enter, then it's going to process and download. Make sure that you're connected to internet, by the way, and download and install Composer for us. So this is going to take like a minute, so let me pause the video as it is installing. So for those who are in the video, I'm going to resume the video after it has finished installing. But I think I have good internet. I see as if it is fast. Yes, it has finished. I have good internet. So you see, my project has successfully finished. Yes, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. So to see that your project is really there, go to the folder where you wanted to put your project. Here, for example, my folder is this one, GitHub. So if I come here, you'll see that I'll find my folder. It is there. Beautiful. It is here now. Composer, here, InvetoTrack. So I mean that my project is now there. That is so beautiful. All right, so after doing that, what is the next thing that we're going to do? The next thing, we are going to put this project on GitHub before we start even doing anything, because I learned a very hard lesson when I lost my project that I was doing. I lost everything, but they stole my computer and everything got lost, even that project. So it was a very big setback. So every project that you do, before you do anything, make sure that you first put that project on GitHub and then proceed. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put my project on GitHub. Okay, I'm going to put my project on GitHub, then we proceed. So everything that I do, the changes are saved on GitHub. So in case anything happens to this computer, still I'll have a backup of GitHub, and that is the best way. That is the practice that you need to learn. So I already have videos about basics of GitHub. I'll put the link in the description of this video of things that you need to know to get started with what? With GitHub. So to get started with GitHub, of course, if you've never worked with GitHub, then you're really you're really not a programmer. Okay, so you go ahead and create an account on GitHub. Just search github.com. After github.com, go ahead and create an account. After creating an account, then go ahead and install what you call GitHub. They call it GitHub or GitHub, whatever. Go ahead and search GitHub for a GitHub desktop. Then you'll see, you'll go ahead and install this software. You'll download it. If you're using Windows, you'll install for Windows. If you're using Mac, you'll install for Mac. and then install it. After installing it, you will have something like this, something like this. Those others, they use commands, but for me, I don't want to stress my life. I use this interface. So you'll have something like this. You'll go ahead and click here, and then come here to settings, and then click here, sign in, and then you'll be able to account, and then click on sign in. Then you'll be able to sign into your account. Okay, so that is my GitHub already there. So to add your project on GitHub, or to publish your project on GitHub, what you do, just come to the folder of your project. I want to have it on the same page. Okay, so open the folder of your project. This is the project. So go to your project, and then this is the name of my project. Where is it? InvetoPro. This is the project. Okay, so I'm just going to drag and drop this project here. All right, InvetoPro. So they'll tell me, I'll drag it, and I'll drag the folder of the project and drop it in this GitHub project. So they'll tell me that this project is not yet on my repository. I'll go ahead and say create the repository, and then they give me the name of the project that I want to create, and then I can give it here the description, and then I put if I want to visualize a readme or explanation of this, and then they ask me, okay, I think that's it. If I want to create also git ignore, this git ignore, it helps to ignore things that you don't want to have. So I can say it should not create for me git ignore for some reasons. Okay, so after I go ahead, so I keep it none, I go ahead and say create repository, so it will create for me the repository. Okay, so this repository is still on local machine. Okay, so I'll go ahead and say publish this repository. So they ask me, where do I want to publish it? Okay, I say I want to publish on my account, and I want it to have this name. Inventory management system is called InvetoTrack web. Okay, so after doing that, I'm going to go ahead and publish. So they can ask me if I want to add it to specific organization, the organization that I work with. I can go ahead and add to those ones. All right, so what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to keep my code private. So if you want to keep your code private, you just say keep my code private, then it will not be public. So I'll go ahead and say publish repository. So it will process and then publish your repository. That is how you put your project on GitHub. It is not very hard. So if I want to view my project on GitHub, I just right click here and then say view on GitHub. Like that, I'll be able to see my project on GitHub. So everyone in the world right now, they can access my project. That is beautiful. Okay, it is beautiful. All right, so after doing that, now what next is to run our project, All right, let's go ahead and run our project. So to run our project, I'm going to open this project and put in Visual Studio Code. Okay, I'm going to put it in Visual Studio Code, this particular folder. So I'll go ahead and close all the folders that I have in Visual Studio Code opened. Okay, this is my Visual Studio Code. So you can open your Visual Studio Code. I believe you know how to install Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is my Visual Studio Code here, a complete new Visual Studio Code window. So I'm going to open and add my project here. So to add your project, just simply come to File and say Open Folder. Okay, and then you navigate to the folder where your project is. Mine is in Desktop, GitHub, InvetoTrack, which is this one here. So I double click on it and then I say Open. So they'll open for me my project. So this is my project. So I believe at this point you already know the basics of Laravel, but if this is your first time to interface with Laravel, I really recommend you to watch the videos that I recommend you to watch. I'll put the links in the description of this video. It is good to have good grounds. I know some people just need to jump on things and start doing, but it is good to have the good foundation. So I shouldn't explain so many things. So this is our Laravel project. Okay, I don't need to explain like, okay, this is that, this is that. Okay, so now the next thing that we're going to do, I'm going to run this project so we can be able to see what we can be able to start testing it. So to run the project, I'm going to go ahead, I'm I'm going to go ahead and do what? I'm going to go ahead and open the terminal, which is Ctrl Shift and the tilde, or you can just simply come here to say terminal. It is here. Just click on terminal and say new terminal. Or you can even see the shortcut Ctrl Shift and then the tilde. That tilde is that button that is under what? That is under escape. So after doing this, I'm going to go ahead and run the command. Okay, let's run the command. So it's going to be PHP of running the project. Okay, PHP artisan serve like this. So this is the project that's going to, that's the command that's going to run our project. Then press enter, set it process, boom. So they say that our server has started on this port. Okay, so there's another thing that's already running here. So, but this one has started on this port. So press Ctrl and click on this port. You should be able to see your project. So that is the level that you can know that yes, my project is working. So if you do not reach this level, please don't give up. Don't give up. Keep trying. Rewatch the video. If these videos fail, please try from the other YouTubers or other sources and make sure that you reach this level, because this is not magic. As you can see, we have successfully run our project. Okay, that is beautiful. So don't give up, please. Don't give up, for God's sake. This is possible. It's not magic. You can do it. If these videos have failed, watch it 10 times and try 10 times. If 10 times fail, watch from other YouTubers and at least be able to make a project and reach this level and come back and resume that business. Okay, so assume that we are all at this level. So it means that now our project is up and running. So I can collapse this terminal. Okay, that's beautiful. Now the next that I'm going to do, I'm going to connect our project with the database. Okay, we're going to connect our project with the database. So I've already started my XAMPP. So if you're using Windows, make sure that you start your XAMPP. So at this level, I believe you already know what is meant by XAMPP. If you don't know what is meant by XAMPP, please, for God's sake, I'm going to put the video for PHP developers. For PHP beginners. Watch those videos and just for your good and be able to understand what is meant by XAMPP. So this is my XAMPP, my MAMP. In Windows, in Mac, we use what we call MAMP. It is my MAMP there. It's already started. So make sure that you start your database. Make sure that you start your database. Okay. And after starting the database, you should be able to access your PHP-admin. At this level, you should be knowing what is meant by PHP-admin. If you don't know PHP-admin, then you're in the wrong place. Trust me, you have to first go and learn the roots. Okay, and I've already. But if you already know the PHP-admin, then that is very good. Yeah, you're good to go. So I'll go to PHP-admin. After PHP-admin, we are going to create our project for our project's database. Okay, so I'm going to create a project database. It's going to be new, and then I go ahead and add the name of our database, or the name of our project as the name. The database name as our name of our project. So just simply click here, new database, and then this one's going to be InvetoTrack. Do they accept the dashes in the database? I don't know. Let me use underscore to be on the safe side. InvetoTrack. That is enough. InvetoTrack. Okay, tracking the inventory. So that is the name of our database. Go ahead and run your database. So your database should be like this. So this is our database, okay? And there are no folders there. So after making sure that your database is there, now the next thing, you're going to connect this project with this database, okay? So to connect this project with this database, we'll go to our project. Where's our project? This is our project, okay? And then we come here to .inf file. You'll find there the file called .inf, okay? So in this .inf file, we're going to put the database information. We'll come this section where there is database, okay? So the database is on this one, something like this. So these are the most important parts, okay? local database, DB database. Okay, that's the database. So I'm going to put here InvetoTrack, the one that we just created now. Okay, the username of the database is root. So for those who are using Windows, by default your password is always nothing, so you can leave it as it is here. So but for me, for Mac, I have to put root. By default I have to put root. Okay, so on Mac users, sometimes it fails to run until you add this line, this one where your PHP is. So if you're using Mac, you may need to add this line here, but for Windows you don't need it, the socket. So you redirect where your mysql.sock folder is, so that is when your project will run. Okay, so this is how you connect to the database. Go ahead and put the database name, put the root user, and then put the password. If you don't have the password, you leave it as empty. Okay, so after doing that, let's go ahead and now do what? Let's go ahead and now migrate. Okay, so migrate, it means that now you're creating the tables that are necessary for the project to start working. That is what meant by migrate. Okay, so after making sure that you've connected this one properly, then you're going to migrate. Okay, so we're going to open our terminal. Okay, this is the terminal. So don't close this terminal because it is the one that is having our project. So we're going to open another terminal. So to open another terminal, Ctrl Shift and then the tilde, or you can just simply come here terminal and say new terminal. Then you'll have two terminals, this one and this one. So this is the one that we're going to be using to run commands, and this is the one that is running our project right now. Okay, now we are going to migrate. Okay, migrate means that you're creating now the tables that are necessary for our project. So let's go ahead and migrate. So it's going to be PHP artisan migrate. Okay, press enter. Beautiful. You're supposed to get these green colors. If you don't get these green colors, please make sure that your database is well connected, make sure that your database is running, search those errors everywhere, and make sure that everything is running in green color like this, because it's not magic. Otherwise people just start getting these errors and they give up. But please don't dare give up. Don't give up. Okay, all right, that is beautiful. So I can save. So it means that our project has been migrated successfully. That is nice. So if I come to our database and I try to refresh it, okay, you'll see that I have at least some tables there. So that knows that everything is perfect at this moment. Okay, so that's how you can know that, okay, now everything is all right. Okay, so after doing that, what next? What next? We are going to do another magic. We are going to install our core plugin. Okay, our core plugin that we're going to use for this project to manage the interface, and this plugin is called Laravel Admin. If this is your first time to hear about what we call Laravel Admin, I recommend you to go to my YouTube channel, go to YouTube and search Learn It with Muhindo. Okay, after searching Learn with Muhindo, go ahead and click on my YouTube channel, click on playlist, and then come here, this one here, Laravel Admin full dashboard tutorial. Open that playlist and then start watching
it as an image but
number 1 and up to the last video. This will give you a very great start of Laravel Admin. It is amazing technology that you're going to use to create responsive websites or responsive dashboards. So if you don't have any idea about Laravel Admin, I recommend, it is not necessary, it's not a must, but I recommend, please come and learn this so that you can have very good grounds of what you're going to do right now. So Laravel Admin is a technology that is going to help us to create the interfaces with simplicity without hard coding everything. So everything you're going to see how it's going to be simple, because you don't need to write the login page, all that stuff. You don't need to. Alright, with that much said, let's go ahead and install Laravel Admin and add that package into our Laravel project. So go ahead on YouTube and on Google and search Laravel Admin. So when you search Laravel Admin, you'll see this search result with Laravel Admin, laraveladmin.org. Okay, so click on that link, and then you'll see what is meant by Laravel Admin. So this is the documentation of Laravel Admin. Okay, it is a package that's going to help us to speed up in developing. So we are going just to get started, and the rest of things we'll do them as we do. So in this documentation, you can teach yourself a lot of things. All right, so let us install the Laravel Admin. So to install Laravel Admin, you run this command in your Laravel project. You can just simply come here to get started installation, and then you start. Okay, so you're going to run this command. Composer require this stuff. Okay, we're going to run this command in our project. So let's go ahead and copy the command. After copying the command, we go back to our project and then open our terminal. So this is the terminal. Okay, then go ahead and run the command of installing Laravel Admin. That is the command, and then press enter. Oh, what is it? What are they saying? Okay, I think you need to run this command instead. This one, So let's go ahead and run this command. Composer require that. Composer. So that is the command that you need to run. Then we run it. So it's going to take time, but not much time. Then it is going to install the magic in our project in a way that you're going to do components with simplicity. Okay, installed. After installing Laravel Admin, the next thing you have to run this command in order to create the configuration folder. So I'll copy the command and then come back to our terminal. I can clear the terminal and then run it. So you can see that there's a folder that has been created for migrations. So after creating the folder, then after running this command successfully, then you go ahead and run this command step by step. You see, it's beautiful. We ran that command, so it has installed successfully. That is nice. Yeah, that's what you need. Yeah, so that is it. Laravel Admin is there already installed. So if I come here to our database and then I try to refresh, I should be able to see that these more tables of Laravel Admin that have been added to our projects. That is nice. So if you want to learn more about Laravel Admin, come to Laravel Admin and explore. There's exploration here, and learn, or watch my tutorial and learn. Okay, so now Laravel Admin has been installed to our project. So if you want to make sure that if you want to see if Laravel Admin has been installed to your project, you just come to your project endpoint and then put stroke admin. So you put the stroke admin, you should be able to see that beautiful login screen. Okay, so that login screen confirms to you that you've successfully installed Laravel Admin. Now what? Now, if you want your project or if you want someone to access your system without putting stroke Laravel Admin, it's that you don't want this suffix of adding Laravel Admin to your project. If you want or adding admin to your project, you want just like when someone comes here, they just go straight into the project. If you want that, what you do, you go to the configuration part of Laravel Admin. So to go to the configuration part, you come here where there is app, and then you come to you come where there is config, and then you'll see the configuration folder the configuration file called admin.php. This admin.php, it is where you can configure and make Laravel Admin to have dynamic variables. For example, let us change a few things here. Let us begin with that very first thing. I want when someone comes to the project, to the learning project, I want someone to just straight access my project, or the administrator. To do that, I'll just simply come here to where there is, we are going to set everything, but I'll just simply come here to where there is where there is a prefix, you see, where there is route stroke prefix. So you have to remove this admin if you want to. So if you want your system to be having something before someone accesses it, or a stroke or a prefix, you have to add it here. Okay, so I remove that admin so that it should be having what? It should be having a default prefix. So if I come here and refresh, after removing admin, and then I'll come also to the web route. So I come here to routes and then come to the web route, and I remove this default route. I can comment it. Okay, let me comment it. Let me also remove this garbage. Okay, so I comment this route because the one that overrides that one. So if I do like this, then my project should be able to do what? Yes, that's beautiful. So you see, if I come now to the project, I'm able to see Laravel Admin there. That is beautiful. Okay, now let's say that we want to change, instead of having this word Laravel Admin, we want to have our own project name. So that's when you come back here to Laravel Admin configuration file. So instead of having this, so the project name is going to be inventor what? InvetoTrack. Okay, InvetoTrack. Okay, so if I come and refresh here, I'll see InvetoTrack. That is beautiful. That's the name of our project. Okay, so I can go ahead, the short name, I can go ahead and put here Inventor Admin, if I want that one to be like the logo of the project. The abbreviation, I can say ET, InvetoTrack. Okay, the abbreviation. Other things I'm going to set them after we have logged in. Okay, so those ones, at least you can now see that we are taking now progress without even much pain. So don't give up, please. Okay, you're going to learn cool stuff. So you can use this thing to do any kind of technology. Now we have the login screen without even coding. Okay, now we need to log in now. So to log in, Laravel Admin comes with the default logins. Okay, you just simply put admin and then say admin. Yes, I think it's admin. So click on login. Boom, there you are. Admin. You have your project. It has a menu, it has everything, it has users without even coding anything. You see, Inventor Admin, you see, that's beautiful. Okay, we can see now the project is there, and at least we can log in, we can log out, you can change your password, all that. That's the power of what? Of Laravel Admin. So if you want to learn deeply into Laravel Admin, please go and watch those videos that I've shown you. So you see, I can be able to modify even things here. All right, now let us begin with the configuration of the appearance, and then after working with the appearance, and then we'll go ahead and now start doing the real stuff. First of all, now you can change this skin. Okay, this skin, let's say that you want to use another color, you can change this skin. So if you want to change this skin, you come here, just simply search skin. Okay, so these are the skins that are available. We have the blue, we have yellow. So if you want the yellow skin, just simply put here, yellow. So you have blue and light. So blue and light will have this kind in form of light. So if you put yellow alone, you see, you'll have that beautiful UI there. Okay, so if you say blue and red, you have even red. You see, blue and red, skin red, you'll have that red there. It's beautiful, isn't it? You see, it's beautiful. Have that red there. Okay, if you want another black, even the skin of black is there, you'll have that kind of black skin there. Okay, it's beautiful black skin. Okay, so let's say I want to go with red. So I put that red and I refresh, and then I have that one. So if I want red light, let's say that I want this one to be in a light mode, this menu. So I just simply put red dash light. You see, with simplicity, no pain at all. Okay, so we have that red light there. You see, now the light, what has had, it has just made this sidebar to be what? To be in a light mode. So it is you to choose whether you want your things to be in form of dark mode or you want them to be in what? In light mode. Okay, so I hope you can see how things are beautiful and how we are making simply progress. You see, now for me, if I want it to be in dark, I can just simply put here, instead of light, I just remove, I just say skin red. I refresh, you have skin red. And then you see here, InvetoTrack, it is ET. And I explain there, yeah, beautiful. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do, you see when I refresh, every time I refresh, this skin collapses. Okay, so I want it to be fixed. I don't want it to be collapsed every time. So to do that, I'll just simply come to here. You see where there is layout, I just simply come here to put fixed. Let me just remove everything and I just put fixed. So if I do fixed, I hope, yes, you see everything is fixed. Like even if I refresh, my layout is fixed. Okay, so for those who have like a very big menu, they always need to search here within the menu. But for me, I don't need this search. I want just my dashboard because my menu is not going to be big. So if you don't want that search in menu, just simply search where there is search, and then here enable menu search and make it what? Make it false. So when you say enable menu search and make it false, boom, you see it's now having that. Yeah, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Okay, so here we are good to start. Okay, now let us start creating our project. Okay, let's start creating our project. First of all, we begin with the roles. Okay, which kind of users you're going to have in the system. I thought that we're going to need 3 users. The first user is going to be the super administrator. You, the owner of the project. You who will be registering the what? You will be registering the other companies, other users, something like that. Okay, so let us begin by creating what? The super admin. Okay, let's begin by doing that. Okay, so let's begin by creating the super admin role. Okay, the other role that we shall need another role of the company owner. Remember, each company will have its own admin. As I told you that the system we're going to do, we're going to have a system that will support multiple companies. So we're going to create another role of company owner. Then after company owner, the company will have workers. So after the role of company owner, we'll have another role called workers or employees. Okay, company employees. So when the company creates a user, they'll be having what? Company employees for them. I think those are the roles that we need for now. Then maybe when we expand the system in future, you can put accountants, administrators, etc., something like that. All right, so with that much said, let's go ahead and create those just 3 roles. Let's make sure that you have those 3 roles. So come here to admin, okay, and then come to roles. So you can see here we have already our roles table, and we have at least 1 role there. So I'm going to edit this role and I change it to admin. I don't like this long word, this slug. Okay, let me just make it admin so that I should be able to abbreviate it, not to write this long word every time, because this is the word that we shall be using to reference the administrator account. So I'll come here and say edit, and then I just change this one from administrator. I'm just going to be admin. So this is going to be a super admin. This first role, it is going to be for the super admin, for us, the system owners. Okay, now after doing that, we're going to create now another role for the company owners. So click on new and then come here the slug. So this slug I can call it company or company admin, but this is too big word. I mean, it's a too long word, it's a big word. Let me just call it company. So this slug should be a simple unique word that we should be using, that we shall be referencing to do what? To encode, to reference to this particular role. So the name can be anything. So it's going to be company owned. Okay, so this is going to be now the company owner's role. Okay, can give them all permissions. Just click on all permissions, then I say submit. Then you have that company owner that we shall be referencing as company. So these slugs, take care of them, make sure that you know them, because they're going to be very important. Another thing that you're going to create now another role for what? For the employee. Okay, so we can call them worker. I just want a simple word that will not going to cause me trouble. So in the word they can call them employee or it has to be consistent to call them workers. Okay, company workers, company worker, give them all permissions maybe, and then submit. So those are the 3 roles that you're going to need basically for the system, for the beginners, for the starters. When we grow, when the system becomes complex, we can see how we add multiple roles, but for now we need these 3. Okay, so that's okay. Now the next thing that we're going to do now, we're going to go ahead and now start creating the components, or the database, or the components of our system. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Okay. So to begin, I'm going to begin by adding let's go to our PDF first, so that it should guide us. Okay, oh my god, this is a PDF of our system. So the users already have a user table, since it's the parent table. Let me close this guy, but for you need to read those documentation. So the users, at least already have the users there. Okay, the admin users. Okay, so the users are already there. What's the next thing? The users already there. The next thing is the users already there. What else? Now the company. We have to create now the company, because after the user is the company. So let's go ahead and create the company model. Okay, the company model. All right, so how do you create model? So I'm going to create a new file where I'm going to be saving my important commands. I'm going to create a file where I'll be saving my important commands. So I'll come here and say new, and then say important commands. Is it double M or a single M? I don't know. It's double M? I don't know. Doesn't matter. .txt. Okay. So I'll be putting here some of the important commands that I don't need to repeat myself again and again. So like creating a model, I've never even memorized it. So you can just do like create Laravel model command. Okay, so this is the command. It is php artisan make then colon model. Okay, now this is the model that you're going to create. Okay, now this model, the first model that we want to create right now, as we have agreed, we're going to create a company model. Okay, so we're going to say command, and then you say camp. So here, instead of putting drink, you're going to put company. Okay, so this company is going to be our first model. So if you want to make the migration alongside the model, go ahead and put -m. Okay, so by doing like this, you're going to make the model at the same time the migration. That will help you on the nomenclature. And also always remember, you don't create in multiple I mean in what? In plural. Just use singularity. Then Laravel will be able to take care of the relationships. All right, so that's our first command. I'll save it so that next time I want it, I should not come and lose. I should not search for it anyway. All right, so I'll go ahead and copy the command, and then I open our terminal. I clear my screen. So we have two terminals here. One for the PHP artisan that is running. Another one is for running the terminals. I mean the commands. So let's go ahead and create our first command. So I'll copy this command. It's going to be company, and then I copy it. I'll go ahead and run it. So when I run it, you can see my model has been created successfully. At the same time, my migration has been created. So you have two things that have been created. So if you come here to app model, to models here, you can see we have a company model here. So they created. If you come here to if you come here to database migration, you can see this is the last migration. It has been created, the migration for companies. So our task is just going to add multiple columns, or the column that you're going to need there. Good. All right, so let's first think which columns. Let me first comment here. Which columns do we need in a company? Okay, so we need a company name when you're registering company. We shall need their email. We shall need their logo. Yeah, we shall need their logo. We shall need company logo. We shall need their website. We shall need their details, or their about us. What else shall we need to know to record about the company? We shall need their name. We shall need their email. We shall need their logo. We shall need their website. We shall need where their status. Status to tell whether they're active or not. So we should be able to block a company or activate it. We shall need their address. We shall need their phone number. Phone number. We shall need their phone number. There are two phone numbers, 1 and 2. What else shall we need? We shall need their PO box. What else shall we need about the company? We shall need their color, their branding color. What else shall we need about the company? We shall need their okay, I think these are enough for the company. Maybe we shall need also maybe their slogan, something like that. All right, I think these are enough. Don't you think? I think these are enough to know about the company. Then each company must be linked to a what? To a user. Each company must be linked to the user. So we may put here owner, company owner ID. Or we can put maybe owner ID, because each company must have a what? An administrator. So this is very important. In fact, it's what we should begin with. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do that. So we come here to the migration and then start adding. So we're going to put foreign ID for, and then I put here administrator. Okay, this can confuse you. Okay, for the beginning, let me just keep this one simple. Since we know our IDs are in integer, so I'm going to begin by putting here the user ID of company owner. Okay, and I make it not nullable. So it means that I cannot create a company without an owner. I can make it nullable. Okay, let me just make it not nullable. All right, so that's our first. So the next thing, you're going to need a company name. So since the company can have a long name, so let's make it as text. Okay, so it should also be required, so it should not be nullable. Okay, the next thing, you're going to need a company email, so this can be nullable. So attach and put nullable. Okay, so after putting the email, the next thing, you're going to need a company logo. So it's going to be a text because it can be a link, and you don't know how long the link can be. The next thing you're going to need a company website. You're going to need a company about. Okay, you're going to need a company status, so it can be string. Okay, so this one will be like active or not active. So here, in case we want to block a company, maybe their license has expired, we can do like that. You can limit from there. Maybe you can also put maybe license expiry, license. Maybe this one can be date, and then put license expiry. You can put expiry. License expiry date. All right, so here it will help us to know when the license of a company is expiring. Yeah, so we should be able to block a company when their license has expired. Okay, right, so that is it. Another thing, we shall need the company address. Yes, another thing, we shall need the company phone number. Let me put here phone number 1. Okay, let's put phone number, and then maybe phone number 2. Some companies have 2 phone numbers. We shall need a PO box. Okay, another thing, we shall need their color, the color of the company. Another thing, we shall need the slogan of the company, maybe their Facebook link and their Twitter link. Those are enough. That's enough information that we shall need about the company. Okay, that is enough information that we shall need about the company, isn't it? It is enough. So all right, this is the information that we shall be recording about the company. Okay, this is the information that we shall be recording about the what? About the company. All right. Company owner, let me make it nullable, because when you're creating a company, at first you don't have the owner sometimes. All right, so yeah, that's it. That is it. Let me not make it nullable, let me make it compulsory. All right, so that's it. Let's go ahead and run migration. So after having the table of companies, then you're going to migrate this table. Okay, so to migrate it, we shall open our company, our table. So the migrate command, I can also write it here, but for it, at least I know it in the head. It is PHP artisan migrate. So that is the command that you use to migrate the table. So migrate, it means that you're creating now this table to become into our database. Let's go ahead and migrate it. PHP artisan migrate. Boom. Refresh. Yeah, it has been migrated. Right now, if you go to your database, to your PHP admin database, if you refresh here, you'll be able to see that we have now a company table, companies, which is here with all the columns that we wanted to be there. That is beautiful. All right, so I want us to first finish dealing with the company before we come other things here. At least if we manage to finish this management part, then these other things we are going to follow. All right, so now we have the model, we have the company. Now we need to see how can we put the company on this menu so we can be able to start registering a company. That's what we're going to do right now. Okay, so to do that, we're going to go ahead and add a column here. So we're going to do a controller. So a controller is a file that we shall use to control a specific model, the table and the rest. That's what they call a controller. So to create a Laravel admin, they have a terminal. They have come here to get started, and then come here to quick start, and then you'll get this function here for creating a controller. So this is a controller. It is going to be a file that we are going to be using to do what? To manage a specific model. So you just simply write PHP artisan admin make, and then you write the name of the model that you want to manage, and then you add the word controller, and then you write the mode that you want to manage. So we want to create a controller for the company. So I'll come here and copy this word company, and then I make sure I remove this word user. Okay, so put here company, and then I remove this word user and I put here company. So it's going to reference this what? This company controller. So I mean this company model. Okay, sometime in Windows you may need 1/, others you may need /. So if it fails to do that, you can try to remove 1/, something like that. So this is how you create a controller. Make sure that the name here is the same one here and the same one last here. So I'm going to copy this terminal, this command, and I run it in the terminal. Open, clear screen, run it, press enter. Model does not exist. I think for me, for Mac users, I need 1/. So for PHP users, we'll need /. For Mac users, 1/ is enough. I think. Let's see. Paste it, run. Oh. Model does not exist. And our time is up. Alright, let's start from there in the next part, the next lecture, where we are going to do what? Where is it? Oh my god. I want to stop that time. Let me just mute it. I cannot say I said it. Alright, so members, so in the next lecture, tomorrow's lecture, we shall do the following. Oh my god, this timer is too much, eh? Okay, I've stopped it. Okay, now in the next lecture, we are going to now put here the company controller, and you'll see it will be very, very simple. And we see now how can you register a company. Let's say that you've advertised your application. There is a supermarket that they want to use your system. Okay, now you want to register them, so you have to register them as a company. So that's what we're going to do in the next lecture. How do you register a company? How do you register their administrator? How do you create for them the password? So that's what you're going to do in the next lecture. So let me make sure that I commit my changes. Always make sure that you commit your changes. Okay, put your commit. I can commit from here, and then go ahead and do it and push to online. So I'll not push because, okay, let me push because it is still private. Okay, so in the next lecture, that's what you're going to do. You're going to go ahead and learn more interesting things. This lecture, of course, has to be boring because there's no a lot of practical things. But once you pass this level, you're going to see the rest things are going to be very, very interesting and easy. All right, that's it for today. Let's meet tomorrow. We're going to proceed from there. Unless there is a question. Let me see if you guys are still there. Is there anyone who has a question? Anyone with a question? I hope there is no question. All right, guys, I'm going to upload these videos on YouTube. I'll give you the links in our WhatsApp group, and you should be able to do what? To watch and practice, and you'll consequently learn. Goodbye, and see you tomorrow.